So the Telangana government has issued a notice to Diljit Dosanjh and the organizers of the Illuminati concert scheduled for today in Hyderabad. And the notice mandates that Diljit Dosanjh should avoid performing any songs that promote alcohol, drugs or violence, citing past instances where similar songs were part of his concert. Let's go across to lyricist Javed Akhtar joining us on the broadcast. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Javed Akhtar. What do you think of the notice that has been issued to Diljit Dosanjh?
Well, first of all, I must make an honest confession that I'm very embarrassed and I'm ashamed that I'm not familiar with the Diljit Dosanjh songs because perhaps language is a barrier. But the fact is that I know that he is an extremely popular singer. I think instead of giving this kind of notice, perhaps it would have been much more constructive and positive if they had invited iconic singers like Diljit Dosanjh and a few others and had a meeting with them and should have the meeting now. It had not gone. That you are the great influencers of people, particularly you have an influence on young people, and please sing songs which will take them towards a better way of life, better morality, and so on and so forth. And drug has become a serious problem. Now, you have to differentiate between alcohol and drug. Talking of alcohol or singing about it has been a centuries-old tradition. And poetry, I mean, if you start banning alcohol from poetry, you will be at a great loss. But yes, as far as the violence is concerned, not only the singers, but even the political leaders should be given notice that they should not make speeches which can incite violence. I mean, I'll really appreciate if the central government and the state governments do that. But as the drugs is concerned, yes, it's a serious problem, and these people can be of much more help. So instead of challenging them and threatening them or giving them notice, why can't we governments call them, sit with them and tell them that, see, you are great influencers and this is a problem, this is the national problem, and please see to it that you help us in this.
Okay, so engage with the artists, get them in the conversation as well. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Javed Akhtar. Iconic singer Usha Uthup is also joining us on the broadcast with her perspective. So Usha Uthup, how do you look at the curbs that have been put? No songs glorifying alcohol, drugs or violence.
Hi everybody, Namaskar, Namaskaram, Sat Sri Akal, Assalamu Alaikum. As everybody knows, I mean, I am a very optimistic person. As also, I also believe that these kind of things are really non-issues in a country that's going through so many other problems as well. I mean, this has been an age-old thing, isn't it? Just as Javed Saab just said. I mean, isn't it better that they have a word with either the writers or the singers separately? I mean, there are so many ghazals, so many songs in the past that have just gone on talking about sharab and nasha and this and that and the other. I mean, Diljit is a popular singer. I don't think he is promoting anything. I don't think any singer in their right mind who come from families, who have children, who have sisters and brothers, who really want to promote something like this. I don't think anybody really wants to promote, drug abuse. Or, I mean, I myself have, been involved with an institution called SPADA, which is the Society for Prevention of AIDS and Drug Abuse. And, we've done so many things, so many songs like Don't Touch It and, lots of songs where we are trying to curb this thing, right? But it's not possible for one singer or for one writer to be able to change the whole system or to change the whole culture. I mean, our country has been doing hookah and have been doing ganja and all these things for so many years, which is not to say that that I promote it. No way. I'm totally against it. And being a nightclub singer, I've never had a drop of alcohol. I've never smoked a cigarette in my life. And I'm still on a natural high, and I'm high on love. And I think it's a very serious problem to just take a single song and say, ban him or don't allow this, or, I think it's far deeper than that, love. I think we have to try and see something by which, I don't know the answer. All I know is that I don't think Diljit or anybody in their right senses would ever want to promote something like this. We're all in the business, we're all in the fraternity, and we only want to do good. And children are the future of our country. In fact, the children, without the children, we're nobody. Absolutely, you can be the best singer in the world, but without the next generation, you're absolutely zero. So how would you ever say that he's trying to promote alcohol or drinking or drugging? I don't think that's fair, really. And I'm nobody to really judge anyone else, but this much I can say for any singer or anybody who's an influencer. I don't think, he would ever do something like that. And if they really want to stop it, way to go. There are more serious issues in life, and I think the best way would be to really get a good set of people to talk about how you can stop this. As far as I'm concerned, it's something that is ingrained. Anybody can drink and anybody can smoke, and everybody is doing it everywhere anyway.
But do you think this is discouraging for an artist? This is an international artist who has performed in places across the globe. Do you think such curbs are noticed by the government is discouraging for the artist?
No, for someone who sung songs like Ramba Ho and Hari Om Hari and I Love You from Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, I never wanted to ever promote anything like that. And I can't see one singer or, one person in an audience who would say that I would want to do something like that. Or if Javed Akhtar ji or someone of his caliber would write a ghazal, which says, which talks about sharab and, all the things that go with it. I don't think anybody is doing it to promote it. It's not fair. And I don't think any global artist really would be, they would be quite shocked, actually, and surprised. But who am I to judge? Having said all this, I'm still saying I am nobody to judge whether it's influencing people or not influencing. This much I can say, I don't think Diljit would ever want to be, would ever want to promote something like this.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us with your perspective. From the artist perspective, you heard from Javed Akhtar as well as Usha Uthup on what they think of the Telangana government's notice. What is this notice? Let's get you more details. In hours from now, the concert is all set to take place. Shomit is joining us on the broadcast with the details. Shomit, what are the details that have been mentioned in the notice? We've also accessed a copy of the notice. When was this issued to the organizers? Any response that has come in from him?
Well, yes, the organizers or Diljit himself, they seem to be welcoming it because they've accepted it, and also they're making all the arrangements. And already Diljit is in Hyderabad. He has visited the Hyderabad's, old monument, Charminar, and also Gurudwara. And he has posted his, pictures on his social media platforms as well. Right now, we are being joined by the BJP senior leader, Mr. Prakash Reddy ji here. So, Prakash Reddy ji, we have heard, we will also have the notice copy here. Women and Child Welfare Department has issued a notice to the organizers, and a copy has also been sent to the renowned singer Diljit, and mainly asking no children should be allowed on the stage, 120 decibels of sound for the children and 140 decibels of sound for the adults, and no song should be promoting alcohol, drugs or the violence. How do you say this?
Say children on the dais with high density of sound, that is okay, that we welcome it. And alcohol, drugs, any other smoking or whatever that is, nobody will allow. That is common decision. It's like by law, by government of India, by law, all the things are banned for the children. So because even wine shops, we don't allow children, even in the bars, we don't allow the children to go inside. There will be this signboard will be there. Less than 18 years children are not allowed inside the bar, and no liquor will be sold to the children less than 18 years. These are all common lines.
But few artists are saying that this is curbing artistic freedom.
That is the artistic freedom. Doesn't your nose ends where my nose is begin. That is the Indian democracy. So your activity starts where my activity ends. So the law is there already to protect the children from our keeping away from such type of activities. So nothing political in this subject. We welcome this statement. We welcome the decision of the government. That is a different issue. But even organizers also should take care of all these laws, and considering all these laws, they should perform the program. There is nothing wrong in performing the program, but these are already existing laws, and you have to, as a law of the land, you have to follow the land. So that is our decision.
So basically, BJP is very much clear that even there are laws, and as per the constitution, everyone should be following the law, and children are not allowed around these activities, and these kind of things should be curbed, and organizers should also be taking the measures, is what we are hearing from the senior BJP leader.
Okay.
However, few artists, they are saying that this is nothing but curbing artistic freedom. At the same time, few activists are welcoming it. Even Congress leaders, they have stated that Congress government has taken this decision only to ensure that the children doesn't come nearby the stage, because they might get affected. At the same time, because Diljit is having huge fan base when it comes to the youngsters, but there should be no influence of drugs or the violation, any kind of violation of the law. At the same time, there shouldn't be any other promotion of violence, or because recently we have saw one of his concerts promoted guns blazing. So these kind of things shouldn't happen, is what Congress government is stating. At the same time, BJP has welcomed it because one should follow the law of land. At the same time, a few activists are saying that this is nothing but curbing freedom of the artist.
Absolutely. So two sides of it. Shamit, request you to stay with us. You just got us that BJP reaction as well. Sagrika is also joining us with the details of the notice that started off the entire chatter around it. Sagrika, what does the Telangana government's notice say?
And the larger debate, Pratibha, at this point of time is revolving around the issue of free speech. So here, there are some who hold the view that the Telangana government's notice, when they go on to say that, you cannot sing songs that promote alcohol, that promotes drug, that promotes, violence. So many say that, okay, this seems to be an attempt by the state to curb the artistic freedom of a singer like Diljit Dosanjh. I'm going to read one paragraph of the letter, which is from the government of Telangana, the Welfare of Women and Children, Disabled and Senior Citizens Department. Now, this notice says, as cited by the representative with video evidence, that you have sung songs promoting alcohol, drugs and violence, promoting songs. The songs that they've mentioned are Case, Panchatra, Patiala Peg, during the show in the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in New Delhi on the 26th and 27th of October. Therefore, we are issuing this notice in advance to deter promoting alcohol, drugs, violence through songs in your live show. And the concert is set to take place this evening. This notice comes just hours before Diljit's concert, which sees a huge crowd and huge fan frenzy around it. And now the state has asked Diljit to ensure that he does not sing any song that, as per the state, promotes alcohol, violence and drugs.